Welcome back. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Here's the new project. This is an Cat TBX, and I got that part that goes here. It's a box, like over there. It goes here. Don't know what's wrong with it. We're gonna find out. We're gonna tear it and see why it won't run. The carburetor needs to be cleaned first off. It did need a intake. I got a new intake for it. I got some tires started, but suddenly saying that the motor is shot on it. He said it's no good. Bearings are bad in it or something. So, well, come along with me. We're going to tear into it and figure out what it is and see if we can get her started. It's about an 06 TBX, Cat TBX 500. Looks like it's got a lot of miles on it. Probably going to need a lot of work. So come along with me. We'll see what we can do here. But we're starting out. This is the next project. Get her put together. So I'll turn you back on. We get some things going here and see if it'll start. Hey guys, we're going to see how clean this is. I pulled her out. Look at that, clean as a pin. You don't find that every day. Wow. Well, that is clean. I like that. All right, well, great. Well, we're going to put that back together and put some gas in it and see what we can do. And I'll bring it back on. All right, here I'm going to put, that's where we're going to put the intake boot. There wasn't one there. So we determined that it needs to go this way to get in there. Now, I don't have no, look there, see those little taper? Probably don't have any of those, so I'm gonna have to make something improvised. I gotta see if, what it takes. First of all, I gotta figure out if it's, I'm sure it's metric. Let's see this. I don't know, we're gonna have to go with that. And I'll bring you back on when we get more going here. Well, here we are back. Well, come to find out that it has no spark. Somebody's been in here before. These were loose. So I'm not sure why. So I'm going to leave it off for now. And see why. Because I don't know what's wrong with it. But first of all, right now, no spark. That's right off the bat. That I'm found on this. Cat. I did get it, finally get it so it'll turn over. It's got some compression. I checked this, checked different spark plugs, nothing. So now I need to check this here, going down into there. I don't know. First of all, I gotta go figure that out. I can't remember how to check all that. There's a lot you gotta check. You only have a brain here. This thing here that plugs in here, that you gotta take in consideration too. So I got a lot to look at here to see. I did put a screwdriver in it to make sure it wasn't just a bad spark plug. Sometimes that happens. So all my switches are on. I'll show you here. Yeah, this thing's still a little wobbly here. Oop, I don't have it on. Yeah, I do. I must have lost it again. And that's the way it goes. Well, let's see here. This was the fuse that's carrying it all. And it's blown. That's not going to work, right, guys? Let's grab some more fuses. I lost this now. All right, guys. Well, we'll have to figure out what's going on here. But I had it before. but that should still even give us spark. I went through it, so I'll pull you back on when I figure out what's going on and what if we have the spark issue. I'll tell you what it is once we track it down. I just don't want to throw parts at it until I know for sure. Well, take care, and thanks for watching. And hey, you want to follow this project along? It's going to be an interesting one here. It's our Cat TBX. It's got the dump bed that goes on it. Come along with me and subscribe and follow me along as we put this thing back together and get her running. Have a good one. Well, welcome back, everybody. YouTube land. She's looking different now, don't she? I took the whole plastics off. I just had some, you see some of my wiring issues I had. Oh, it's been a deal. Let me see, where am I going to start? Well, first of all, I put some oil in it. You know, I wanted to make sure to top off the oil. And then, if you can see it down in there, started leaking oil out there. Right there. You can see it or not. Let's see. See that little bump down there? You can see oil there. Well, it started leaking out oil there. I'm like, well, that's not good. So I got to take this bottom pan off of this thing. It's a piece of plastic goes. Here, let me get back so you can see it. A piece of plastic that. Let me zoom you back out. Sorry about that. Wrong way. Well, it's a piece of plastic that runs from the front to the back. It's, you know, to keep everything safe. Let me see if you can see it. See it underneath there? All the way up to the front and the back. That's why I had to pull it off my lift and pull these out. There's one right there. And see why that's leaking. But still, I still have the spark issue. It's weird because I tried to, you know, turn it over, start it, and then tried to plug the, where'd it go? And this is the other one I've been working on. See if here it is. I went to plug this thing back in. After I did that, everything shut off. The thing shocked the heck out of me. So I'm like, well, what the heck is that? So, I don't know. I heard that these are really bad for the flywheel magnets coming loose. They're known for it. A lot of people on YouTube are shown having that issue. That's an issue that happens to them. I'm getting ready to lose my spring here. See that? For this thing. You put something, clamp on that so I don't lose that. So, I'm going to try to, this is one thing, you know, I can test to see if the stator and all that's good. It can be good, and still the flywheel will be an issue. I've seen so many people have done that. So, I'm going to go ahead and take this off. First of all, I'm going to take the belly pan off of here and get to that, see what's going on underneath there with that oil. And make sure there's no oil in it. And then I'm going to pull this off and see. It's just going to have to do it. There ain't no other way to tell if the flywheel's bad without taking it off and looking at it. And that being said, I almost hope it is the flywheel. Because if it is, I think I have another flywheel for it. So we're going to find out here. Now, as I was taking all this off, you can see it's a big old mess, don't it? Found a nice, somebody was trying to build a home in this thing. Probably killed my, well, maybe not completely, but boy, they worked on killing the nice little four-legged creatures, making a nest in there, killing the filter. Well, and I got the pliers back in here. I might change out the clutch on that because it makes a lot of noise. So I think that's the issue. Once you pull the clutch, you start it up. That'll tell you right there, and that'll be another one. Here we go. Make sure they don't bend that. I took all this off because remember that was loose. This is an old stator I was going to use to try to get my ohms off of to see if it jives, but different things have different ohms. I think I have a manual, shop manual in my computer. It's not for a 500, but it's an 06 400, which I think the ohms should be the same. All that stuff should be the same on these bikes. They wouldn't change those around. I don't see no reason for it, unless I'm missing something. So, that being said, I'm going to get into this thing and just see what we can find out here. It's just a learn as you go. I have no idea what this motor's like, what's exactly wrong with it, and why the shop said that there was something wrong. They said a bearing was loose on it. I can't find it. That don't mean it's not there, because you know how things work. But I like to get the thing running to see if it smokes, it rattles or blows up, I don't know what, before I go too deep into it. Really, no matter what's wrong with it, I'm going to fix it, but I need to know where to start. Right now, I think it's stuck in four-wheel drive. It's supposed to be electronic shut in and out. So, you know, little things I come across, but I got to push that aside, focus in on getting this motor and seeing what I have here in this motor before I go any farther. And of course, I'm going to bring you guys along with me so we can discover this together. What's wrong with this thing? Get it going. See how good it runs and drives and everything. I'm anxious to try it out. Clean it up. It's a mess. Look at, we got mud packed into there, packed into there, packed into there. So really taking this bottom pan off is probably going to drop a lot of crap. But we'll just have to go from there and clean up and keep going. Well, I'll turn you back on when I find out anything. And I'll just turn you back on. So we'll see how it goes. If not, hey, follow along with me, subscribe, and come along if I don't just make this one video. It depends on how it goes. I got other ones to put on. So I'll see you guys in a little bit.